Both Kamala and Genos would continue their battle against the monstrous Deep Sea King. As the pouring rain fell upon them, the two would attempt another combo strikes and attacks, attempting to take the monster down. Genos would lead in a flurry of offense, although he would lose his left arm in the process. But still, he was able to keep up with the monstrous Deep Sea King, to which he had to give the cyborg boy credit. Even while missing an arm, he was still able to fight rather effectively and hold his own with him while using his strength. Kamala would take the chance to transform her body as she would grow in size, growing larger and larger and larger, until she had reached the height of almost a 20-foot skyscraper. As she loomed over the two combatants, Genos would go in for an opening, striking the monster in the face before kicking him high in the air, high enough for Kamala to clasp both hands together and attempt to squish and keep him in place. It was a strain on her to keep her body in this form. Growing into such a large size, she could only maintain it for a short while, but she focused all of her strength in her giant form on crushing the monstrous Deep Sea King, hoping that she could simply incapacitate him. However, he began to shake and move in her hands, before eventually breaking free and knocking the giant girl down to the ground as she was reduced back in size. Not bad of an attempt, but it will take much more than mere size to defeat me. There are creatures in the ocean far greater than you, and I humble even them to serve under my feet. You heroes have fought valiantly, and for that you have my respect. But if you are the best that the surface dwellers have to offer, then I am afraid that this is where your journey ends. The Deep Sea King would shoot out a poisonous acid-like gel from its throat, attempting to melt everything in its path. A young boy would be caught in the crossfire, with Genos moving to rescue him while taking the brunt of the acid breath himself. Genos felt as though he were out of options. Self-destruct might be the only way to take this monster down, much to Kamala's chagrin. Kamala, Genos would say, you have to focus on getting the civilians to safety. I'll buy you as much time as I can before No, you're not using that damn self-destruct. We'll find a way to beat him. I know we can, we just have to. There is no other way. Right now, we've both given it our very best, and it's just not enough. But I wish to be like Master Saitama. I want to put everything on the line, even if it results in my death. No, we have to figure, there's gotta be a... It's all right. Genos smiled. It's what Master would do, and I will do the same. Genos would begin the sequence for the self-destruct in his chest. A faint glow would begin to form around the cyborg as he raised his arm. I will be more than enough to crush you, Deep Sea King. This will be our final clash. I hope you have prepared yourself. Prepared myself. That's funny. But if this is how you wish to go, I will honor your sacrifice. Hold nothing back, young warrior. Show me what you can do. Genos would crouch before shooting off at blinding speeds, heading straight towards the Deep Sea King. He would go with a roundhouse kick, managing to land it on his face, before moving with a meal kick, kicking him directly in the gut. He would spin with his one good arm, delivering a back elbow to his chin. The Deep Sea King, however, stunned, would not be taken down. The two would engage in another flurry of offense. Kamala watching in awe as Genos was putting everything on the line. But she knew better. He was just trying to hold him off long enough until his self-destruct was ready to activate. As they continued in their fight, he would push the king further and further away from everyone else. He was trying to get as far away as possible so that his blast could do the most damage without harming any of the people. Even in the rain, tears would begin to stream from Kamala's face. There was nothing she could do. She just wasn't strong enough. She didn't have it. She desperately wanted it. She needed it. She needed more power. The cursed banglet on her left wrist would begin to glow as a faint aura formed around her body. Her desperation could be felt. Both Carol, Monica, and even Saitama could sense it. That power, it got Saitama excited. It felt like Kamala. Whoa. She's really giving off that much aura? For the first time in what felt like forever, Saitama felt a power that sent chills down his spine. He felt something that truly made him tingle with excitement. But he had to compartmentalize that ideal, because right now his students were in trouble, his city in danger. He would quickly arrive to where Kamala was. The moment she saw Saitama, the power would disappear, almost as if his presence alone was more than reassuring. She knew without a shadow of a doubt he could save them. It's Genos! He's going to self-destruct! You have to stop him! I'm on it. Saitama would arrive where Genos was. Steam was starting to bellow all around his body. The self-destruct getting ready to initiate. However, before he could even pull that trigger, Saitama would appear right beside him. Well, looks like you were able to hold down the fort, Genos. I'm proud of you. Master, there's no need to go that far. Don't get me wrong. You have heart to make that type of sacrifice. But sometimes it takes more than just that. You have to know when to make the right sacrifices. And I assure you, as long as I'm around, that day won't come. You can rest now. I've got this. Understood. Genos would immediately fall to the ground, allowing for the self-destruct to be rescinded and allowing him a chance to rest. So, another would-be hero choosing to make its presence known to me. Do you consider yourself a champion? A hero of the people of the surface? Champion? I don't know about all that. I am a hero for fun, though. For fun, you say? Well, I can assure you, this won't be fun. You will face the same fate as this boy, as all who have attempted to. Yeah. I'll accept the same fate as everyone that's ever come before you. I'm the strongest there is, the strongest there was, the strongest there ever will be. I am the king of da-da-da-da-da on da-da-da-da-da. If it's all the same to you, why don't you go all out and give me everything you got, okay? You think that you are worthy? Worthy of receiving the best of the great deep sea king? Perhaps you must be made an example of, to show you your place. Very well, hero for fun. I will give you my full strength. Witness my power as I show you a form never before seen. You should feel honored. Not many gets to see the true power of the Deep Sea King. What lies beneath the surface. A power forged in the pressures of the ocean depths below, in the darkest of seas. I have fought against creatures of great size and strength. I have had to fight in the darkest depths, the coldest waters. And from all of that, I have emerged alone, supreme, among sea and below birth. I truly am the honored one. I am a being of perfection. I am one who will rise to claim the surface for myself. I will issue a flood that will destroy the entire earth. I will reign alone as supreme. I will be the, okay, enough with the preambles. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you got one of those parts from a manga I read, but I digress. Look, dude, come at me with everything you got, okay? The Deep Sea King would finally finish his transformation before delivering a series of strikes, kicks, and punches to Saitama, bouncing his head up and down, left and right, east and west, north and south. Saitama standing in one position, not moving an inch, as the Deep Sea King landed every punch, every kick, every knee, every strike, every ounce of strength that he could muster. When it was all said and done, the Deep Sea King would be almost out of breath. He's so stunned. It doesn't even register to him what I've been able to do. Perhaps I went overboard. Look at him. His body has been filled with so much pain and fear. His face, so obtuse and ordinary. I have beaten all life out of him. His cold, dead, fish-like eyes. This is what you have been reduced to, great hero. This is the power of the sea. In one punch, it was over. In one punch, the Deep Sea King went down. In one punch, the monster fell. In one punch, the skies became open. A blue, beautiful sky. A punch that hit so hard it replayed 3 different times. A punch that hit so hard it changed the weather. A typical Tuesday for Saitama. Seriously? That was your full power. Oh well. I feel like, what do I want to eat today? Let's see, I had tacos a couple days ago, sushi. I don't feel like cooking that myself. Ramen, I always eat ramen. I could go for a burger. Burger would be pretty good. In the meantime, the people would be cheering in victory for their hero, for having defeated the Deep Sea King. Of course, not all would be cheering for Saitama's victory, as there was one civilian that was still bad-mouthing the other heroes. Saitama, however, being too modest for even his own good, would decide to play up Moomin Rider and the others, believing that it was only through their efforts that he was able to come in and finish off the monster, that everyone else played a vital role. By the time Carol and Monica had arrived to see what was happening, people were cheering for all of the other heroes who had gotten involved in the efforts of defeating the Deep Sea King, Saitama being nothing more but the icing on the cake. Of course, for the few that truly knew and understood, all of this was on Saitama. He was the one that was truly worthy of the praise and adulation, and yet he almost seemed to be adverse to it, like he didn't want it nor did he desire it. In the end, for Saitama, he truly didn't care. It didn't matter to him in the grand scheme of things, but rather, he was more focused on Kamala. That power. A couple days later, he'd ask her about it. The power, sir? Yeah, like your power. It shot through the roof. I don't remember that. I was just so worried. I was worried about Genos, about everyone. So you don't remember your power shooting up like wazoo? Carol would ask. No, I don't. But, if you guys say it did, then it must have been something. Carol would look to Saitama. What do you think? I think it's because I showed up. Showing up instilled so much trust and hope that the power dissipated. It came because she got desperate, because she thought she'd have no other way. If I hadn't shown up, she probably would have been able to tap into it a bit more. A double-edged sword, Monica would chime in. You're so powerful that when you're not around, things can truly become hopeless. But the second you show up, at least for everyone that knows what you're truly capable of, you practically put everyone at ease because they know you're going to win. But how much power do you think she had, though? Carol would ask. Honestly, she probably would have had enough power to take even me on. Both Carol and Monica would look at Saitama in disbelief. There's no way. There's no way. You're saying that she had that much power for that little moment? You thought that she would have enough power to face you? Not at full strength, but I think that at that moment she gained just enough power to make me use 25%. Of course, this was still all too surreal. The idea that 5%? 25%? What kind of monster was he? All the same for Saitama, it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Both Kamala and Genos were progressing nicely. Pretty soon, in his mind, they would surpass him in power. He was confident in it. But till that day comes, he was going to continue to watch over them, to watch over their training, and to watch them grow as heroes. In the meantime, a member of the Hero Association would meet with an oracle, an older woman. She was often considered a nutcase to many, but her predictions have proven to be reliable in the past. Now he was listening to yet another potential future heading their way. So, old lady, what have you got for me this time? Do you know anything that's coming? The woman was known as Madame Shibabawa. Let's see what we have here. The madam would look through her crystal ball as she attempted to conjure what future lied in store for them. Oh my. Oh, this is troublesome. Troublesome? What trouble? War. This planet will be engulfed in war. 2 races will come here to do battle. Warriors and shapeshifters. A being lies beyond the stars. A mad titan of darkness who wishes to serve mistress death. He will bring nothing but destruction to our world. Dark days. A golden glove. Mastery over the 6 elements of the universe. With a single snap of his finger, he will wipe existence from across the stars. It will truly be a time of darkness. And in the midst of it all, I see one. You see one. One. One man alone will rise to face the darkness. Who? The hero associate would ask. Who is this man? He is ordinary. Extremely ordinary. So ordinary and bland that it's not even funny. He's so ordinary and bland, I can't even make out what he looks like. But I can assure you, this champion who will fight to save our world, mankind's only hope against the darkness, against the evils, against this mad titan, this hero, he is truly, extraordinarily, superbly ordinary. This concludes One Punch Man Cosmic Crusader. What if Saitama was Captain Marvel? Season 1, Part 6. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we'll continue with What if Saitama was Captain Marvel, One Punch Man Cosmic Crusader, Season 1, Part 7. But that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.